So the Nintendo Switch 2 has been around for right around a year at this point now, and I was able to get mine not too terribly long after release, so after about a year of playing, I'm gonna share my top games and accessories that I think any adult who owns this should look into getting. Now I only say this because some of the game recommendations that I'm gonna make here probably shouldn't be played by kids, but with that in mind, let's just go ahead and jump in. So if you've already got your Switch 2, one of the first things that I would recommend going back and buying on day one would be the 8-bit Do Pro 3 controller. Now this controller is very odd. It looks really interesting to say the least. I would say it looks unaesthetically pleasing, to be honest with you. I put off buying this controller for a while because, again, I just did not like the way it looked. I didn't think it would be comfortable, but at a certain point I saw that it was on sale, and so I bought it just to test it out. Very quickly this actually became my go-to. Now one of the biggest features that I really appreciate is it comes with this dock, and all you got to do is just plug it in via USB-C, set it right next to your console or wherever you have your gaming setup. And when you're done playing, you just put the controller right on the dock and it charges it so that it's ready to go the next time you pick it up. Now that said, this thing lasts for hours without a charge. I'm not really sure off the top of my head what the official battery life is, but I can tell you that I've played at least 10 to 12 hours without having to charge this thing. Now, one of the things I like about it is this has like a very PlayStation 2-ish type of feel to it, and I really appreciate that both the analog sticks here are down in the bottom center of the controller. And for me personally, when I first started playing modern controllers, I really didn't like how most analog sticks on modern controllers were up here, and then the right one was down here, so they were kind of offset. And I know for some people that doesn't bother you because that's how you started playing video games, but for those of us that grew up on the PS2, PS1, and then PS3, having the analog sticks in a similar position honestly felt so at home. And just in general, I've had no issues with connectivity on this. The ergonomics feel great. The texture on the backside feels good. I actually really like the D-pad on this a lot as well. And then it does come with a bunch of different button options included with it, so you can swap these buttons out if you want. It's even got some fun arcade style novelty knobs for the joysticks. But this would be my first pick for an accessory. If I had to go back on day one and choose what I was gonna buy, this would be the first thing. Now the second thing that I would tell you to get, if you are a Switch 2 owner and you can afford it, I would absolutely get the Nintendo Online subscription. I know a lot of people aren't really taking advantage of it yet, and I think it's a huge missed opportunity for a lot of people because you have access to Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, NES, SNES, Nintendo 64, and on the Switch 2, you now have access to a growing library of GameCube ports that they've brought over. And I've had so much fun playing all of those retro ports. And then I've also had a lot of fun playing online with other people, especially doing Mario Kart World and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Those games are so much fun to play online, and then games like Tetris 99, and there's a few other ones that I really enjoy. And honestly, it's really not that expensive, especially if you get the family pack and you've got a few people in your family that want to have an account. It's super affordable. Now, speaking of GameCube, if you like playing Mario Kart or you plan on using the online GameCube port, I would absolutely recommend looking into the Nixie Warrior. I really like this controller for playing games like Luigi's Mansion, The Wind Waker. I prefer this controller when I'm playing Mario Kart because of the A and B button setup. It feels good. In my opinion, this is the ultimate way to play those old GameCube titles. This is so much better than the GameCube controller that Nintendo released for the Switch Online. I just really don't like that controller. I don't like the triggers. It just doesn't feel as good, and this is substantially cheaper. Plus, it's also got a cool function where you can actually play it on your physical Wii or GameCube because it comes with this little Bluetooth adapter. So you can plug this into your GameCube and play all your old discs just using this controller, and you don't have to worry about cables anymore. And the next thing you might want to look at is some kind of a protective carry case. There's some hard shell options out there. I actually own a hard shell case, but this is the case that I use more often than anything else because it is super low profile, fits the Switch 2 no problem with the Joy-Cons attached. And then on the inside, it's got a spot for, I think, 10 cartridges. If you still play physical media, this is a must-have if you're gonna be playing on the road at all. And I actually bought my Switch 2 so that I could take it on the road for work trips. And it's super affordable. I'm talking like sub 20 bucks, I think is what I paid for it. And I'm gonna put a link to all this stuff down in the description so you can check it out and decide if you want any of these things. But again, this thing just fits in the backpack real nicely. And then I can also put the Pro controller inside my bag with no problems and kind of play wherever I want. I can play on the airplane, no issues at all. Now let's jump into a couple games. If you just bought your Switch 2, you're not really sure what games you should start looking into, I'm gonna give you some ideas, and I'm gonna share this based off of what I feel has the best bang for the buck playability and replayability of all the different games that I've tried. I've probably played 50 or so Switch and Switch 2 games. And so the ones that have been the most fun for me during the initial gameplay and then going back and replaying, number one, I would say obviously Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. I would absolutely grab those titles. And I do think that if you have the Switch 2, getting the Switch 2 edition is definitely the way to go. You can absolutely tell the difference when you play the Switch 2 version. The graphics are just a little bit better and the gameplay is a little bit smoother. And those are titles that I feel like adults can enjoy, and then they're generally okay for most kids to play. And I'm not kidding you when I say I've spent hours playing both of those Zelda titles, and I've replayed both of them multiple times. It's just such a fun game, and by the time you go through and beat it, and then you go back and replay it and do all the side quests and stuff, you actually forget how the game turns out, and it's like playing the game for the first time almost. It's just a fresh experience because it's such an expansive game. I really, really enjoy Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I would definitely get Breath of the Wild first and play through that, and then Tears of the Kingdom, just for chronological purposes. It makes a little bit more sense. And then there's a bunch of other Zelda titles that are available for the Switch, and then they're going to be coming out on the Switch 2. But those are the two that I really enjoy the most. Now the next series of games is definitely not something that I would let most children play, but Resident Evil 7 is an absolute killer of a game. It's super engaging, and it takes a lot to kind of solve a lot of the different puzzles and things that you have to do throughout the game. And it's definitely scary. I would not play this alone at night unless you're wanting to get spooked a little bit. I honestly bought it on a whim because I saw that it was on sale, and so I got it and ended up really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. And then Resident Evil 4, they remade it and released it for the Switch. That game is peak Resident Evil, in my opinion. It's definitely different than some of the early Resident Evil games. So if you grew up on Resident Evil 2, Code Veronica, or Resident Evil 3, it's vastly different from those. It's almost like they kind of ventured into the first-person shooter category. Easily one of my favorite games. It takes you through a wide range of landscapes, and you have to do a lot of different things in the game, and it just is a ton of fun, and I've replayed it multiple times, and it's fun every single time. Now, if you want the ultimate Resident Evil experience, once you go back and play some of the old stuff, I would absolutely play Resident Evil Requiem. I bought it not long after release, and I have to say, I really enjoyed it. It was definitely spooky. Playing as Grace in the beginning really requires you to put yourself in a lot of situations that have a lot of suspense because you're not loaded up with an arsenal of guns and different weapons. You have to be resourceful and very stealth in the beginning of the game, and then anytime you're playing as Grace, it's definitely kind of a nail-biting situation. And then there's parts of the game where you play as Leon, and you actually, I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, but you get to sort of see parts of the past. And then I really enjoyed the Doom games that are out on the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. So Doom 2016 or whatever they call it, that was actually the first Doom game I ever played. And I only recently played Doom for the first time. That game was so much fun. And then Doom Eternal is a bunch of fun. Just finished that game. It is some of the best money I've ever spent on video games is on Doom. Now those are games that you're gonna really enjoy playing if you are the person who just likes a good old shoot 'em up type game, but the mechanics are great. There's always something going on, a lot of action. If a whole lot of violence and shooting is not really your thing, then you might want to steer away from that and check something else out. But in my opinion, it was a lot of fun. But I actually bought like a whole bundle pack from Bethesda. They shipped it out to me and it came with like a little model or something, and it came with, I think, 5 games or something, came with all the classics and then all the new stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. Now these game recommendations, there's so much out there that you could go and play, but I'm putting these ones out there because it's what I've been playing recently, and these are the games that stick out to me as being the most replayable and engaging games while I'm doing it for the first playthrough. It's just been a ton of fun. These are games that I actually look forward to finishing my work and getting all my stuff done so I can go beat the game or get to the next segment of the game. It's just a lot of fun. The style of games that you enjoy might be vastly different from what I like, so you're just gonna have to kind of figure that out. I just wanted to share these because it's been a lot of fun for me, and as a Switch 2 owner, these are just some basic things that I think will get you started on really enjoying the console as a whole. I know it's not the most powerful console out there, but I'm really excited about some of the platformer games that are available on it, and then all the online benefits of being able to play the classics. It's actually been a really fun ownership experience, but I hope this is helpful for you if you're just getting into this console and wanting to figure out what games and accessories might make the experience a little bit more fun for you.